So, Leon Smart, coming off a good French Open result into the British Open, how's the game feeling?
It feels okay. I've been trying to rest a little bit between the French and the British, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, felt okay today. Hit for the first time in a while.
So can you tell me a little bit about how that experience was being to the semi-final of the French?
It was good. I mean, it's the third time I've been in a semi-final. So the US Pro, US Open, and the French Open, and every time I play Camden. So it's kind of the same thing. But the experience is good. To get to a third semi and my second doubles final. So just keep building on the experience, and hopefully one day I'll go around further.
Coming in as sixth seed into the British, playing either John Casey or Tim Chisholm.
Yep.
Tim's obviously been around a long time. John's always there or thereabouts. What kind of opponent are you expecting to come through to play you, whichever one there might be?
You're asking me who you think is going to win? Who I think is going to win?
Depending on who it is, what kind of a match is it going to be when they come and play you?
So I mean, I work with Tim. I know Tim's game pretty well. So if Tim gets through that match, it's going to be a lot of smashing it around, a lot of cut volleys and stuff, and it's going to be important for me to serve well if I end up playing Tim. If Woods Casey wins, and I think he played great against Rob in the French Open, it's going to be a lot more there'll be more rallies, I think. It'll be a lot more running, which could be good or bad. But yeah.
What's your goals coming into this British Open singles?
My goal is always just to defend my seed. Right? I don't like if I lose, but I've won where I'm supposed to win, and I lose where I'm supposed to lose, then that's fine. You know, if you cause an upset like along the way, then that's great as well. But you kind of don't want to lose where you're supposed to win.
Playing in the doubles with Nick Howe.
Yep.
Coming in as the second seed, which you got to as a result of the French Open doubles final. On seeding, you'd play against Faye and Vigona, should you win through the first round. What are you kind of expecting from your partnership with Nick in a potential matchup against Steve and Rob?
Nick Favara and I have played together a bunch of times now. I think even he would say at the start we were kind of like not like moving around each other so well, but I think we've figured that out. I think we played the National Open together in New York, and we played well together there. So I think we have a pretty good strategy now for when we play with each other. But you're playing, Rob Fay and Steve Vigona, who are two of the best players ever, and they've got a lot more experience than we do, certainly than I do. So it'll be fun to be on court. Should we win our first match with them, and we'll just try our best and see what happens.
This is the last event in the world race for this cycle. I think it's still mathematically possible, but you need to find a miracle to make it into the eliminators.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't worked it out. I think I'm the last guy, right, or the first guy out. So I'm in 5th place.
Yeah, I think so.
And I'd have to win it. I'd have to beat Cam.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if Cam gets injured or sick or something, and I have a blinder, then maybe. But I don't see it.
But my question is going to be: you're going to be starting a new world race as of the Australian Open in January. Does that reset your target then?
Yeah, I mean, my target is, is always going to try to get into the eliminator. It's hard though, everyone's pretty good and they're playing a lot of events. So I'm not going to play the Australian, so that kind of puts me at a little bit of a disadvantage, that being the first tournament of the race. But I'm pretty happy to get to, where I've got to the last 2 years, which is that 5th slot, 5th place. So we'll see how it goes.
What are the events that you're targeting for the rest of the season then?
Probably everything but the Australian. That's nothing against the Australian. It's just really far to go, and it's, we got the British Open now, and then in Boston we have the National Open, and then we have the US Open in February. Like it's just a lot, and it's a lot of time away. So it's tough. But
So that's the US Open at Westwood, and then the US Pro at Newport then.
yeah, so the American pros. So we have this tournament in, what's it now? November. Start of December, we have the National Open, which is for US based players. So we got tournament November, December, and then we have Australian in January, and then we have US Open in February, and it's just a lot. And if there's one that I'm not going to play, it's the one that I have to fly to the other side of the world.
Okay. Well, best of luck with your tournament this week, Leon.
Thank you.